Here's how you can use AI call agents to dial 1,000 leads a day. Yes, guys, it is definitely true. It's not a myth. Okay, you can actually utilize an AI call agent that will call about 1,000 leads, not 1,000, 10,000 leads in one day. It could happen in an hour, it can happen in 2 hours. It all depends on your time and preference. So let's jump straight into it. So, guys, for those who may be wondering, what the hell is an AI call agent? All right, so the best way I could really explain it for you guys in terms of what an AI call agent is, imagine a call center agent. Okay, this is typically what we are used to, right? A call center agent, let's say this person is in insurance, right? This call center agent is in insurance, and every day he calls, let's say 300 plus people. Okay, that's his daily focus. He calls 300 plus people, all right, and he's selling insurance and he makes a living off of that. Okay, so for him, that's his bread and butter, right? That's how he makes his cash. He calls 300 people a day and he's selling insurance because he's a call center agent. Now, this particular call center agent, right? Let's say from those 300 calls, all right, let's say he's got a 30% contact rate. All right, so from the 300 calls that he has or that he makes, for example, he has about 90 conversations. Okay, he gets about 90 conversations, and let's say from those 90 conversations he gets about 10 appointments. He has a 10% appointment rate from those 90 conversations, so he has 9 appointments. And then let's say, for example, he has a 20% conversion rate from those 9 appointments. So for example, from those 9 people, give or take, he should get anywhere between 1 to 2 deals. Let's put that here. 1 to 2 deals. Let's just say 1 to 2 contracts as an example, just to put things into context. All right, so this is your traditional call center agent who's selling insurance. He makes 300 plus calls a day. He's selling insurance, and that's how he makes his money. From those 300 calls, he has 90 conversations, he gets 9 appointments, and from those 9 appointments, he secures 1 to 2 contracts. Now, what is the biggest restraint for this call center agent, right? If, let's say, it takes him 8 hours to do 300 calls, he's going to be restrained, because now if he spends all day making calls, when does he have time for emails? When does he have time for follow-ups? When does he have time to actually secure deals and contracts? Then there's still lunch. Then there's a lot that he still needs to do, right? So if he's spending 8 hours to do 300 calls, then he's in trouble, because he's not going to be consistent, purely because of those 300 calls that he needs to make. So there's going to be a lot of restraint from that, purely because of what? Effort, time, and volume. So the beauty around an AI call agent, all right? So if we had to do an AI call agent, let's make this AI call agent blue, right? So now we've got an AI, for example, call agent. Same process. The AI call agent sells insurance, as an example. But now, the difference between the AI call agent, the typical agent does 300 calls, right? But now the AI call agent, let's say, does 10,000 calls in one shift, right? So that could be one day. And same process, AI call agent is selling insurance. Now, is the AI call agent making money? No. It's not human, right? So that's its pure task, to do 10,000 calls, and it's selling insurance. Now, remember I mentioned that this AI call agent has about 90 conversations. It's got a 30% conversation rate. So let's do this here. So it does 10,000 calls in one shift. Okay, do the line here. It does 10,000 calls in one shift. Okay, and then let's say with this AI call agent, it has a 10% appointment rate or conversation rate as an example, okay? Because the AI is not human, even though it does sound human, by the way. It really does sound human. But let's say, for example, okay, let's say, for example, that it doesn't have a good conversion rate compared to the human. Let's say it's got a 10% conversation rate. So if it makes 10,000 calls in one day with a 10% conversation rate, that is about how many conversations? 1,000. 1,000 conversations. Now remember when I mentioned that, okay, with the traditional agent, I think they have a 10% appointment rate from those conversations. Let's say with this baby here, it has a 5% appointment, right? When I say appointment, it's not a face-to-face appointment, but it's just actually having a specific date and time where they can walk them through the demo or the plan or whatever it is, and then the lead will then decide whether to move forward or not. So when we have the appointments, let's say it's got a 5% appointment rate, whereas with the actual human had a 10% appointment rate. So if we're looking at a 5% appointment rate from 1,000 conversations, how many appointments is that? For example, that's 50 appointments. And then from those 50 appointments, let's say it's got a 10% conversion rate as an example. Okay, so now it's bringing in 10 contracts per day. Okay, a big difference between 1 to 2 contracts versus 10 contracts. Now, some of you guys might be like, oh, well, Wandile, that's not a big difference. Totally understand, right? Not a big difference. But again, as I've mentioned, these are very conservative numbers. And I wanted to deliberately make the AI core agent have such a poor number in terms of results purely because I still wanted to show the effectiveness of the difference between the two. Now, you might be like, whoa, Wandile, I mean, that's not really much of a big difference. I mean, this guy is only doing 300 calls in one day, and he's managing to get 1 to 2 contracts, whereas this AI core agent is doing literally 10,000 calls in one day, all right? They have 1,000 conversations, for example, but they're only securing 50 appointments, all right? They're only securing 50 appointments. That's really bad, right? That's terrible. But that's not the case. And I'm gonna tell you why that's not the case. Remember when I say, guys, with this call center agent, he has to do 8 hours every single day for him to get 1 to 2 contracts. But then there's email, there's admin, there's follow-ups, there's all that stuff that he's missing out on, because if he's only calling for 8 hours, then he's not doing the other parts of his job. So this is a perfect day. 1 to 2 contracts is when he does 8 hours of full work. But we all know he cannot do 8 hours of full work, which means that he'll probably do 8 hours of full work maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Whereas with this AI core agent does it perfectly every single day. Okay, so that is one point to mention, is that the AI core agent will have it perfectly every single day, whereas the traditional call center agent will only have that perfect day once or twice or 3 times a week. So if you had to look at it in a month, the AI call center agent will produce 10 times more results or better, purely because it doesn't miss. All right, and this AI call center agent can also work Saturdays and Sundays and on public holidays as well. It doesn't get sick, right? It doesn't get distracted. It does this perfectly every single day. Now, if you're a business owner and you're looking at the numbers, yes, it's not a massive difference if you're looking at one perfect day. But remember, guys, this AI call center agent can do this for 30 days, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, consistently, perfectly every single day. So if we're looking at it from a long-term perspective, the results would be drastically way higher with the AI call center agent, purely because it is a robot. It can call more people, it can secure conversations, it can secure appointments. Another thing as well about the AI call center agent is that it can learn a lot faster and quicker. So whatever objections it got in the past, it can learn from that. All right, and also AI is also technology that's getting better and better over time. The reason why I brought down the percentages is just purely because I understand that right now there are some AI robots or AI call center agents that don't sound human. They don't have a human voice. They don't have a really good human voice. But I've actually listened to certain AI call center agents where they literally sound like a human being. I've noticed the ones that have a female voice sound really good and actually sound like an actual human. What I'll do, in the link in the description, I'm going to walk you through a conversation. I'll share a link of a company that uses AI or that creates AI call center agents. and you can actually just listen to a conversation that it had with a prospect. I don't know if the site will still be up by the time you click on the link in the description, but go listen to that conversation, right? I'm going to put in the link in the description. Go listen to that conversation and tell me if that robot sounds robotic. Okay, but now that you know, of course, you're going to be looking for evidence and cues that, wait, this thing does sound robotic. But to the average human being, it doesn't sound robotic. Okay, so the reason why I put down the conversion rate was because of that. But the beauty around AI is that it's going to improve over time. And when it improves over time, guess what happens? It's going to sound way better than the traditional guys or the actual human beings, which means that the conversion rates will eventually get to a point where it's similar to the traditional call center agent or even better. Now, not only is it then going to perform better, on top of that, it's also going to be perfect every single day, which means that if you're a business owner, you're going to compare the traditional human being versus the AI robot. Yes, the traditional human being may have better conversion rates, but that's if they have a perfect day. And we all know that no one is perfect every single day, all right? Versus the AI robot, yes, while it may do more volume and it only does 10 times the result, but if it has perfect days, then those results compounded will be 100x. So the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is when you utilize an AI call agent for your real estate business, it's going to shoot up your business way more than what you actually think. And I want you guys to start doing research on the power behind AI call agents. There's actually real estate agents who are using AI call agents. We are actually working on our own robot right now, but I don't want to gatekeep this information. I want you guys to all win. All right, so go check the link in the description. Go look at that company called AI, and you can essentially create your own AI call agent if you want to, and try and see if you can replicate that and build that out yourself. Our focus is to build it out and then give it to our clients for free because we want to make sure our clients win. But if you want to build it out yourself, feel free, guys, be my guest. If you want to utilize it for your cold calls, go ahead and do it. It can call as many people as you want as fastly and quick as possible. It can do follow-ups. It can learn from a conversation. It can handle objections. Guys, AI is taking over and I don't want you guys to miss out. Anyways, I hope this is of a lot of value. I just wanted to add and bring some awareness into your lives to show you how powerful AI is, and it's not just all about ChatGPT. Share this with another agent who you know for a fact will get value from this. Share it with an agent who you think will be able to utilize this or bring it into the company. I just want to share value and help you guys. All right, don't forget, go check on that video, which I'll add in the link in the description. Go watch that video and tell me how crazy that is once you check it out in the comments. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.